on the governance piece for a while. The advisory committee on open banking, as you know, recommended that the government should establish a formal governance entity to provide ongoing administration and seamless transition to an open banking system. You touched upon that in the previous question. When do you envision this entity to be formed, and how it should be composed and governed, in your opinion?
What I'd like to do is see a separate parallel path looking at governance right now, separate from all of the technical questions being addressed through Abraham Pastian's processes that he's overseeing. I think we need a separate conversation about governance and what that governance is going to be charged with doing. As I say, as a country, we've got to be moving towards open data. There's a whole lot of changes that are going to be needed. If we don't have people around that table who understand those changes, individuals like yourself, Mahi, who have global experience and have worked through these problems, you've probably already forgotten some of the solutions we still have to learn, because you've actually been through the technical challenges and seen the legislative changes in a number of different countries that we still have to proceed with. So we need international experts. We need to make sure that consumers are robustly represented, because their voice is rarely at the table in these discussions. We need to make sure that global banking partners and other services, there's global payment partners now that are doing international funds transfer that instantaneously, nothing like the wire transfer services that I used to sit and wait, hoping that money would arrive in time for my payroll to go out the next morning. You know, you never know when the international payment would arrive. But in today's world, that should never be the case. So we need to have experts around the table that are not just protecting the interests of their existing organizations, but protecting the future of our economy, because the banking system and how we use data is without a doubt central to our economy and our sovereignty moving forward. And if we do not make sure that we're leading the world, we're then falling behind.
One of the stakeholders around that table, are fintechs, and many fintechs are concerned that the initial phase targeting October next year will not go far enough to allow fintechs to wholly participate versus risk of boiling the ocean. Do you have, do you share similar thoughts?
Whenever you're uncertain about the direction you're going in, I don't know, it just in life in general, we put in rate limiting steps. You know what I mean? We stop and say, well, we'll go this far and then we'll see what it looks like. And then we'll make the next step and then we'll make the next step. The trouble is when you're as far behind as we are right now, putting in too many rate limiting steps is going to be problematic. So there's no debate that, there's two sets of data in this country that are probably most precious to Canadians. Their financial data and their healthcare data, right? Those two sets of data, we have got to find a way to utilize, and we've got to find a way to bring efficiencies to that. But right now we're moving too slowly. So we've got to pull in international experts who can help us to remove some of those rate limiting steps, still make sure we're protecting consumers, still make sure that we're not being too disruptive, but let's learn from others and keep moving. Let's not keep stopping and starting and stopping and starting, because as we've seen from the past, every time we stop, it takes 6 to 12 months to get going again. So that's, any concerns about pace, I share. So let's change the process and speed up the pace.